If you're over 60, you need to hear this. Every hot or cold shock in the shower sends your blood vessels into chaos, your cells tightening, your brain fighting for stable blood flow. This tiny daily habit could be quietly pushing you toward a stroke without you ever knowing.
Have you ever felt lightheaded or noticed your heart racing after stepping out of the shower? If you're over 60, I need you to pay very close attention. I'm Dr. Kingswell, and on this channel, Dr. Kingswell, Blood Pressure After 60, we talk about the real, practical things that affect your brain, your heart, and your blood vessels every single day. Today, I want to warn you about something most people never think twice about: your daily showering habits. You've been showering for decades. It feels normal, harmless, even relaxing. But for older adults, especially those over 60, some of these habits could be silently increasing your risk of a stroke. Hot showers late at night, ice-cold water first thing in the morning, they may seem refreshing or calming, but they can actually be dangerous for an aging brain and blood vessels. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 common showering habits that could unknowingly raise your risk of stroke. Some of them may surprise you. My goal is not to scare you, but to help you shower safely, protect your circulation, and reduce your risk. Let's start with the first one.
Showering late at night. If you're over 60, showering late at night can be risky in ways most people don't realize. At night, as you get closer to bedtime, your body temperature naturally starts to drop. This is part of your internal clock winding you down for sleep. As the temperature drops, your blood vessels start to narrow slightly. Now, imagine walking into a cold bathroom late at night. The air is cool, the tiles are cold, and then you turn on very hot water. That sudden contrast, cold air, hot water, can cause your blood vessels to constrict suddenly, especially in older, stiffer arteries. In younger, flexible arteries, this isn't usually a problem, but after 60, blood vessels are often less elastic. This sudden tightening can restrict blood flow to both the brain and the heart, and that's where the danger lies. Let me tell you about one of my patients. A 70-year-old gentleman had a habit of showering close to midnight. One night, he went into a cool bathroom, turned on a hot shower, and after he finished, he stepped out, felt dizzy, and collapsed. He had suffered a stroke, triggered by this combination of late timing, temperature changes, and already vulnerable blood vessels. That's how powerful these small choices can be. What should you do instead? Avoid showering too late at night, especially close to bedtime. Try to bathe earlier in the evening when your body isn't in deep wind-down mode. Warm up the bathroom if possible, close windows, use a safe heater if needed. Most importantly, listen to your body. If you feel chilled, dizzy, lightheaded, or notice your heart racing, get out immediately, sit down, and rest. Your body is talking to you. Don't ignore those signals.
2. Cold morning showers. The second dangerous habit is taking ice-cold showers first thing in the morning, especially if you're over 60. Some people swear by cold showers as a way to wake up the body, boost energy, or improve circulation. But for an older heart and older blood vessels, this shock can be too much. The moment cold water touches your skin, your blood vessels constrict sharply to preserve heat. This is a survival response. The problem is that this constriction forces your heart to pump much harder through suddenly narrow vessels. That puts enormous strain on the heart and brain. This can cause a rapid spike in blood pressure, sudden stress on weakened arteries, increased risk of forming a dangerous clot. Let me share a real example. A 70-year-old neighbor of mine, let's call him Mr. Harris, loved taking an ice-cold shower in the morning because it made him feel tough and refreshed. One day, after his cold shower, he stepped outside onto his porch and collapsed. He had suffered a stroke. The sudden shock from cold water was simply too much for his aging blood vessels to handle. What's the safer way? Use lukewarm water at the beginning of your shower. If you enjoy cooler water, you can gradually cool the temperature down at the very end, not at the start. If you have high blood pressure, heart disease, or a history of stroke, avoid cold showers altogether. The risk is simply not worth it.
Habit number 3, staying in hot water too long, whether it's a long, hot shower or a deep, hot bath. High heat causes your blood vessels to expand or dilate. At first, this can feel relaxing. Your muscles loosen, your breathing slows, but inside your body, something else is happening. When blood vessels dilate too much, your blood pressure can drop quickly. If it drops too low, your brain and heart may not receive enough blood flow. On top of that, when blood moves more slowly through these dilated vessels, it can become sluggish. Slower blood flow increases the chance of clot formation, and a clot that travels to the brain can cause a stroke. I saw this in my own family. My brother, who was in his 60s, once took a particularly long, very hot bath. He felt relaxed until he tried to stand up. He became dizzy, his vision dimmed, and he nearly collapsed. The doctors told him exactly what I'm telling you now. The intense heat had caused his blood vessels to dilate too much. His blood pressure dropped, and his brain was close to being deprived of oxygen. It could easily have turned into a stroke. So what should you do? Limit very hot baths or showers to around 10 to 15 minutes. Keep the water warm, not scalding. If you start feeling lightheaded, weak, your heart racing, get out carefully, sit down, and rest. Don't brush it off. You want relaxation, not risk. Habit number 4 is one almost everyone overlooks, stepping into the shower without drinking any water beforehand. If you are even slightly dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker. Thicker blood flows more slowly, and slow-moving blood is much more likely to form clots. Now, combine that with a warm or hot shower. The heat and steam make you sweat lightly, even if you don't notice it. That means you're losing even more fluid without realizing it. So now, your blood is thicker, your circulation is slower, and your stroke risk goes up. I remember my 68-year-old aunt. One day, she stepped into the shower without having anything to drink that morning. Halfway through, she felt dizzy and had to grab the wall to keep from falling. She nearly fainted. The problem? She was mildly dehydrated, her blood had thickened, and her circulation was weakened. How to fix this? Make it a habit to drink a glass of water at least 15 minutes. Habit number 5, showering when you already feel unwell. If you feel dizzy, weak, unusually tired, or you have a headache, your brain might already be struggling. These can be early warning signs that your circulation is not ideal. Your blood pressure is unstable. Your brain might not be getting enough oxygen. Now imagine stepping into a hot shower. The sudden temperature change puts extra strain on your vessels and your heart. For a body that's already on the edge, this can be the final push that triggers a stroke. Let me tell you about Mrs. Jenkins, a 65-year-old woman. She had a mild headache one evening and decided to take a warm shower to relax. But instead of feeling better, she felt dizzy, her legs weakened, and she collapsed. She suffered a mild stroke. The heat caused her blood pressure to drop further, and the blood supply to part of her brain was cut off just long enough to cause damage. What should you do instead? If you feel dizzy, unusually tired, weak, or suddenly develop a headache, do not step into the shower. Sit or lie down, drink some water. If symptoms don't improve or get worse, call your doctor or emergency services. Your health is more important than a shower. Habit number 6, showering immediately after exercising. After exercise, especially if it's a brisk walk, a workout, or even gardening in hot weather, your vessels are already dilated. Your body is often slightly dehydrated from sweat. Your heart rate is elevated.
Now you walk straight into the shower, especially a warm or hot one. The heat causes even more vessel dilation and can cause your blood pressure to drop suddenly. If your blood pressure drops too low, your brain and heart may be briefly starved of oxygen, which can trigger dizziness, blurred vision, fainting, and, in vulnerable individuals, a stroke. One of my cousins in his late 60s experienced this. On a hot summer day, he went for a long walk. He came back sweating, tired, and went straight into the shower without drinking any water or resting. In the shower, he suddenly felt dizzy and his vision blurred. He had to grab the wall to stay upright.
Habit number 7, showering immediately after eating or taking medication. After a meal, your body sends more blood to your digestive system to help break down food. This is perfectly normal, but it means less blood is available for other parts of the body at that moment. Now, when you step into a warm shower, the heat pulls more blood toward your skin to help release heat. So now there is a tug of war for your blood. Your stomach is demanding blood for digestion, your skin is demanding blood for cooling, and your brain may be left with less than it needs. For a younger, healthy person, this tug of war might not cause a major problem, but for someone over 60, especially with blood pressure or circulation issues, this can lead to dizziness, weakness, fainting, and in some cases, a stroke. This becomes even more risky when you've just taken medication, especially blood pressure medicine, heart medications, or other drugs that affect circulation. Let me tell you about Mr. Thompson, a 65-year-old man. He took his blood pressure medication right after eating a large lunch. Then he went straight into a warm shower. Shortly after, he felt strange, weak, and then collapsed. He had suffered a mild stroke. The combination of medication, digestion, and hot water pulled blood away from his brain at exactly the wrong time. To protect yourself, wait at least 30 to 60 minutes after a meal before showering. If you've just taken medication, especially for blood pressure or the heart, be extra cautious. Sit and rest after your meal, drink a little water, let your body stabilize first.
Conclusion: small changes, big protection. So let's recap. These are the 7 shower habits that can increase your stroke risk, especially after 60. Showering late at night in a cold bathroom, taking ice-cold showers in the morning, staying in hot water too long, showering while dehydrated and not drinking water beforehand, showering when you already feel unwell, dizzy, weak, or with a headache, showering immediately after exercise, showering immediately after eating or taking medication. The good news is you can dramatically reduce your risk with small, thoughtful changes. Drink a glass of water before bathing. Avoid very late night showers. Don't go from intense exercise straight into a hot shower. Give your body time after meals and medications. Listen to your body. Dizziness, weakness, palpitations, or blurred vision are warnings, not inconveniences. These are small decisions you make every day, but over time, they add up to major protection for your brain, heart, independence, and long-term energy. Remember, my goal here on Dr. Kingswell, Blood Pressure After 60, is to help you stay strong, clear-headed, and independent for as long as possible. Important disclaimer. Everything I've shared with you today are health tips, not medical treatments. They're meant to support your health, not replace your doctor. Always talk to your own physician or healthcare provider before making changes, especially if you have a history of stroke, heart disease, or serious blood pressure problems. If you ever experience sudden weakness, numbness, facial drooping, trouble speaking, or confusion, seek emergency medical help immediately. Don't wait. I'm Dr. Kingswell, and this is Dr. Kingswell, Blood Pressure After 60. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos that can protect your brain and your heart. Stay safe, shower smart, and take good care of yourself.